Hey, this is Melissa and Janice with Beautifully Broken Authentically You Ministries, and we're going to have a podcast today. Is that okay, Janice?
That is so okay, yes.
Because we haven't actually had one in a really long time. It feels like forever.
It feels like forever. I mean, yeah.
Has it been forever?
Has it been forever? Well, I think it was like a couple weeks ago.
What?
I know, but we love to do them.
We've been that busy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But one other thing I wanted to point out is that, like, we have different color pinks on today.
I know, we compliment each other, and it was not planned.
No?
Unity.
Got it. Well, I don't think any of this was planned.
It was not.
By us, anyway.
No, it was orchestrated by,
God definitely planned it, but He didn't tell us until
until just now.
Actually, it's coming up on a year.
It is, yeah. Since we started all of this, yeah.
Since this instant communication happened.
Yeah.
And this instant connection.
Whoa, that's crazy.
We can't blow each other's minds before we even have a conversation and a topic.
I think this is the topic now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so what is God teaching you today?
Well, now I'm thinking about all the stuff that's happened in the last year.
It's been a lot of stuff.
I mean,
and our lives have been flipped upside down and changed so much. It's just
in many different
crazy.
ways, in many, like every aspect.
Mm-hmm.
It's like dangling from a thread, like over a sea of sharks or something. But
I don't know about
we
that
survived.
analogy.
We survived. No, I'm just kidding. But no, like, what has the last year meant to you?
It's just been incredible. Like, I mean, I think, for me, I was called into ministry like 14 years ago to do something. I didn't know what it was. And to see it unfold the way it has, and to see like not 1 second is ever wasted, right?
Right.
And to see how much, like, what I thought was going to be the ministry is totally not it at all.
Yeah.
And but just to see how much change has happened, and in the last year, the incredible, like, when you just, like, we decided to take it seriously and just, like, focus on the ministry and nothing else, and it's just, wow. I just don't even know. Like, I mean, it's just so incredible. Just it leaves me speechless.
It does, and that's hard to do.
I know, but it's just like that passion to know, like, if God could work in a broken person like me and in my life, like, what more could He do in other people's lives too, if we would just surrender everything we had to Him, because everything we have is His anyway,
Right.
And I guess on my heart is just to share that with the world and just let others know, like, He didn't just do that for me. He did that for you, and He did that for the other person. He did that for so many people, and that's the passion that I have of just sharing the gospel myself. How about you?
I definitely agree with that. I've always been, like, too much of an open book. But I've learned over the last year, like, just through faith and through, like, doing all of this with you, like, I've just learned that God really does care about the details.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be a part of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you include Him, the more mind-blowing, like, you can have your plans, but He will change them. Like, it's so different from what we even thought it was going to turn out
Right.
to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we surrendered it to God for God to make it His.
Right. And, like, lowering your expectations, or bringing your expectations, like, your expectations down, and being like, okay, God, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't know what to do in this situation, and I don't pretend to be in control. I have my plans, but they're my plans. And
yeah,
and
like
you
you
have
can
way better.
change them. You can change
Mhm.
them. And so I think that's what happened today. Is like we didn't intend to meet, but then it just happened.
Yeah.
And so like
Well, I mean, let's face it. You said tacos, and I said I'm in. Come on over with
I know
tacos.
I would. It felt awkward to have tacos without you. But yeah, I mean, it was just like a nice, not even a coincidence, because God already knew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's so mind blowing.
Just this past year has been so incredible, and He's grown us both out of our comfort zones and taught us different things, and used each other in ways that we didn't think we would be used. Like had us call each other out, like when we're there were times where I'd call you out, and I'd be like, well, are you sure? Are you being your best self right now? And you're like, no. Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, but no.
And then I was like, I'm like, God, did you really want me to say that to her? She's not going to like me. She's going to be so mad. He's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if no, just, do you trust me, Melissa? So it was really like faith building and trust building in those moments where he was like,
it was not just faith and trust built in God and our faith, but it was with each other.
Yeah.
It was like, do you love me enough to tell me when I'm wrong?
Yeah. I mean, I love the mind-blowing story that you have.
Which one is that? There's a lot of them.
Where you were like all up. Remember that one time where you were all up in your feelings, and you had to tell. You had all of this whole list of stuff that you wanted to tell me that you were mad about, and I was like, "Bring it on, girlfriend! Tell me everything you have." And then you told me, and you're like, "And I don't want you to give me a response until you pray on it." And I was like, what if God already gave me the response? What if He gave me the response before you even told me that you were going to say all this stuff? Like, I already knew. I'm like, you can say whatever you want to me. I'm not going to get upset.
Well, see, that is something I've never experienced before. So you, blew my mind. Because I never had somebody so patient and be like, well, first of all, you were really calm. Like, it did nothing bothered you. And I'm like, I'm in my feelings. You need to affirm my behavior right now. Like, you need to, help me be in my feelings. Like, and you're like, no, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, oh. So, you mean to say that, it doesn't. It was just a lot. But I really appreciated that faith and that witness of your faith being like, well, God already told me how to handle this. And I'm like, oh, really?
Bring it on. Like, you were like,
I was
guns blazing.
Right, I was. I'll admit that. But that's just to show how far I've come in faith journey, right? Is that I had somebody to hold me accountable that was patient, that was not deterred by me, and was not going to co-sign for it.
Right.
But was going to call me out. And that's something I never had before.
Yeah. I think in that, for me, honestly, it was really a trusting God in the relationship that He has created between us.
Mm-hmm.
Where He's like, are you going to trust me enough to say these truths, because she's going to be actually really appreciative of it. Mm-hmm. Where I thought you were in the world, you would be like, oh, what? And just walk away and never talk to me again. But you're like, okay, give me some more. And I'm like, what?
I know, but that's because I want to choose Jesus over me.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a human. I have emotions. I do get angry and all up in my feelings when I don't feel like I'm getting my way. Which, let's face it, everybody does it. But that doesn't mean it's okay to do it.
Right.
We have to learn to be okay with accepting that we might be wrong.
Yeah.
And because I was able to grow through it because I knew that I had somebody who loved me enough to tell me that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And and how many times, I know for me, how many times I say, I want to be Jesus in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that moment, I was being Jesus in disguise, because I know there's times where I've thrown my hands up at Jesus and I've been like, I don't understand what you're doing in my life right now. Like, why are you making me go through this? Why is this happening? What is going on? And he's like, really, Melissa? Like, sit back down.
Yeah, you need to reflect.
Yeah, and he's like, but how patient is he with us? So it's really
Right.
important that we can be patient with each other if
Right.
we're truly trying to be witnesses and
Right.
truly trying to represent who Jesus is.
Right, especially because there's a lot of people who like see us using our faith.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who don't know what faith is,
Right.
they're like, why are you so different?
Yeah.
Like I've had people come up to me and be like, well, why do you act like this? Why are you different?
Yeah. I mean, I've had people like that too. Like, who talks like that? Or like,
Yeah, like, who
says
responds that way?
And I'm like, oh, well, Jesus does to me, so I have to do that to you.
Right. And so, like, witness is such a huge thing. And I that's been on my mind a lot too, is that, like, what does contagious faith mean to you?
Yeah. Just wanting what somebody else might have, like doing the research, like being like, oh, I want to be able to respond like that. I want to be able to talk like that. I want to be able to turn my feelings on or turn my feelings off. Or how does that work? Like, I mean, because we know our feelings are indicators that there might be a problem and there might be something wrong, but they're not the truth. Like, so we
If you're
can
not meant to live in it.
Yeah, so we can take those feelings and we can hold them up to the truth of God and be like, oh yeah, I was in my feelings. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, and over that year too, I mean, even you had noticed, like, the Spirit convicts me a little bit quicker.
Right.
Like, as soon as, like, we discuss something, that I know that I'm already convicted when I get to the car. Like, and so,
yeah.
But, like, it's very interesting because, when you're really in tune with your discernment and the Spirit and you're open to change and open to transformation, that's when the blessings happen.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that just leads me to, like, okay, well, witness, seeing other people in their faith helps us to grow in ours.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so, especially when we're set apart, not because we're, like, prideful or anything, but because, God called us to a higher standard when we help to teach others.
Right.
And he wants us to, obviously, we're not going to be perfect, but, we are called to do what we can.
And sometimes we can see in others what they can't see in themselves.
Right. And so I think that's really important, and that leads me to wonder, like, what does a disciple mean to you?
To truly live out the commands of God, the characteristics, show his characteristic in everything that you do. I mean, to constantly, you have to be on your, yes, of course there's room for mistakes but there's never room for disobedience.
Right.
Right. And so you have to give because there's grace, and that's what grace is, right?
Right.
So, but being an example of showing other people what that grace could look like is amazing, And,
right.
And I feel like that's what a true disciple is like somebody who really could show you, or like tell you or not, like lead by example.
Right. Like, people don't understand it until they see it in action. Like, for me, I had never seen anyone respond the way you did. So that gave me a faith witness of how you are Jesus in disguise.
Right.
Because I was used to people, just getting angry or, affirming or whatever, like, and so, like, the fact that you were like, well, God already told me, like, how to handle this. I was like, really? Please enlighten me. Like, I need this.
Yeah, because I'm still in my feelings.
I'm still in my feelings, but if you've heard from God, I need to hear it too. Like, like, I want to hear your perspective, because I didn't also realize that at the time, like, everybody had a perspective. I thought they were just opinions.
Right.
A perspective is like, okay, well, God has his perspective because he knows it all. but like, but
Yeah.
we all have unique journeys, so it was very interesting.
Yeah, I know that earlier you talked about a faith journey, and it is true. We are all on different faith journeys, so sometimes it can be hard to accept that for other people because you want to so badly like shake them and be like, well, no, you're not supposed to do this, and you don't do it this way. You have to do it this way, but then you have to realize everybody's going to be convicted in a different way at a different time. Everyone is on a different faith journey.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. So, but actually, through all of this whole year, my most favorite thing, one of my most favorite things that I did was go camping by myself.
Oh yes, please.
It was so incredible. So, just this past week on Sunday night, I took a camping trip. Best date ever was when I go by myself and I let God just surround me and protect me and just show me his presence. And when I get there, like, here we are with expectations, right? You know, like I go there and I'm like, okay, well, I need you to tell me what are the next steps in this ministry. I'm expecting to hear all of these words from him, and he's like, no, Melissa, we are not talking about this. This is time for you to reflect
with me.
And I'm not giving you any new information. I don't even want you to open my Bible. I don't even want you to write anything. I want you to do the word puzzle that you have. You brought a word puzzle with you, and that's what you can do. And I was like, what? But it was the most amazing night by myself. I was literally the only person on the campground.
Yeah, well, it helps when you're off the grid.
Yeah, it was so awesome. I shut my phone off. I just didn't talk to anybody. I told you I was okay, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be off grid for a day, and it was just so awesome. And I just had the most incredible time in prayer and listening and just
being still.
You know, one thing that God did, I couldn't understand. I was like, oh, well, if this is a really awful day, it's raining outside, like it's going to be raining tonight. It started raining at 7 p.m. And I was like, I had plans. I wanted to do a fire and I wanted to stay up and roast marshmallows by myself and stuff. But it's so funny because this is how God, this was in that moment. I realized God was like, that's what, don't you know, this is why I gave the rain to happen, is so that you wouldn't be distracted. You wouldn't hear the wildlife around you that would make you scared. And I needed you to know that I was protecting you. And I saw 6 eagles.
Yes.
Like, how amazing is that?
That is. It really is. Yeah. You saw a nest.
And I saw an eagle's nest.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I recommend it for every person. Go on a date. It's the best date you'll ever have when you go by yourself. And you just go, not by yourself, you go expecting the presence of God to be with you. That was so incredible because I felt him around my tent and he was just like, you have nothing to be worried about because my daughter, I'm protecting you. And I was like,
I know. Like the way you described it, I'm not much of a traveler and or a camper, but I definitely would like to try that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important to spend quiet time with God, and what better way to do it than away from technology, away from phones, away from all of the stuff, and just really get in touch with the world that God created.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Being in touch with creation was amazing. The river was right there. I'm going to go camping again. Do you want to go?
I'm going with you.
Okay, we'll go off grid. Yeah, let's do it.
Yay. Okay.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and hit the subscribe button.
And let us know if you have any topics you want us to talk about.
Yeah, we love topics.
Yeah, you see how we talk about everything all at once.
Thank you. Have a good night. I don't know.
Yes. Have a great week.
We'll talk next time.
Yes.